Tonight, there have been several more fires started in the past 24 hours in BC's northeast, and the Prince George Fire Centre is gearing up. Plus, City Council was presented a report containing feedback about the official community plan. And the city is replacing 29 bus stops around Prince George. Good evening, folks. I'm Eddie Huband, and welcome to CKPG News. We begin tonight on the wildfire front. There have been several more fires started in the past 24 hours, predominantly in the northeast of BC. And while the weather has just recently warmed up, the Prince George Fire Centre is preparing for the worst. Last year, the hotspot for forest fires in the province was focused in the Peace Country. And looking at the BC Wildfire Service map this year, the Northeast is again being hit hard. And because we aren't too far away, the folks at the PG Fire Centre are gearing up. With thunderstorms and potential for lightning, the Fire Centre is on high alert.
But we did see a drying trend over the past week that dried out both the southern parts of the Fire Centre, which have done well for precipitation and moisture in the soil, but it also dried out the entire Fire Centre, including the northeast, where the majority of our fire activity is concentrated. So that did exacerbate fire conditions. The best thing people can do is stay updated. So the campfire ban is one of the things that's available on our public website, and which people will be able to view live updates on should there be any changes. But also for road closures, we'd like to refer people to Drive BC. Their website has the same live updates. And for evacuation alerts and orders, like the alert that just went into place near Swan Lake, we would refer them to the regional district, in this case, the Peace River Regional District, and the information should be available on their page.
At Monday night's council meeting, council was presented with a report of the review of the city's official community plan, and the feedback from the public so far has been underwhelming. Adam Burles has more.
The third phase of the OCP review has been completed, and a report was brought forward to City Council detailing the consultation methods and feedback received through the community engagement held between December 2023 and April 2024. But the amount of feedback that has been gathered has not been what Council had hoped for. 6 to 10% of citizens engaged. To me, it's not enough. You know, it should be at least about 30%, 20 or 30%. At least if they are aware what's going on and what has been proposed. The city of Prince George has a population of around 76,700 people, and 6% would equate to roughly 4,600 people engaging with the review, something that could pose a challenge later on down the road. It's difficult sometimes for detailed planning to take place. So those kind of information we also like to gather from the citizens to see how they feel the growth of the city should be. Hopefully, the draft will including a more detailed layouts so the citizen can, take a look what is the future of the city look like, where we think it should be going. And the mayor has some ideas in order to hear directly from citizens. I will, have a fireside chat personally with the citizens in the 3 areas, College Heights, down the Bow area, and also up in the heart, to hear from the citizen more, for the area that more in the closer proximity to where they live, and how they to see what kind of amenity is required and how they feel the city is growing. Phase 4 of the OCP review process will begin in August 2024 and continue to December 2024. Phase 4 includes the production of the draft OCP, and community members will have an opportunity to provide feedback on the draft OCP through a survey in the fall. Adam Burles, CKPG News.
More civic news now, as new bus stops are being installed around Prince George, as some of the old ones are more than 3 decades old and are at the end of their lives. Tommy Osborne brings us the details on these new bus stops and when we can expect to see them.
New bus stops have been popping up around Prince George as the city is replacing 29 old bus stops with new and improved models.
The new shelters, you'll see the obvious is the change from a glass shelter to a perforated metal, so that'll be a little bit better for maintenance. We've got better roof slopes so that they're safer for, of course, during the winter months. We have to experience that, so it'll keep any snow and ice from falling in front of the passengers as they're getting onto the bus.
Some bus stops are more than 30 years old, and beyond natural wear and tear, many stops were also heavily vandalized or damaged over the years. The newer models hope to prevent vandalism as best as possible, and the change from glass to perforated metal means the walls can't be smashed anymore.
We've had a number of issues with vandalism, and so if people do experience or see others damaging any city property, then certainly reach out to the city or to the police.
These new bus stops were designed with both comfort and practicality in mind, and also user accessibility. For example, some may not think about it, but for the elderly population and those who may have trouble standing, these armrests right here on the benches can be a great help in being able to grip them and stand up that way.
With the new design, it's safety and convenience for our passengers as they're waiting for the buses.
Each bus stop costs $19,000, and the funding comes from the City of Prince George and BC Transit, and partnerships with organizations like Pattison Outdoor, which is contributing $500,000 to the project.
It's something that we're happy to work with the city on and bring these new units for transit users to use, and we're hoping it actually helps to promote transit ridership in the city as well.
Bushnell added the work won't end with just replacements.
We're also going to be working with the city to add a few more new locations. So while we sort through what those new locations look like, it'll be exciting to bring a few additional units to various new areas as well.
This project is being done in 3 phases, with this being phase 1, phase 2 expected to begin next week, and phase 3 beginning in August. Tommy Osborne, CKPG News.
The Prince George RCMP is asking the public to keep an eye out for a wanted man. 40-year-old Sean Edward Dell is wanted for assault, theft under $5,000, and failure to comply with probation twice. He's described as 6'1", 221, with brown hair and blue eyes. He's also known by an alias Aaron Dell. He's considered dangerous and should not be approached. If you do locate him, contact police immediately. The BC Northern Real Estate Board says home sales in the first half of 2024 are up compared to the first half of 2023. Property availability went up as well. While home sales and availability are up across the north, prices went up as well, as Q2 set a new record for the highest average price at $434,000. Despite this, local real estate agents say the market in Prince George is healthy, and the numbers may be getting skewed by more volatile markets in northern BC. Prince George saw 147 sales in June and 226 new listings.
We have a very steady growth trajectory year over year with sales prices. So we're not the kind of market that you'd necessarily expect things to drop, but maybe they'll take a little bit of a pause for a period of time while there's more inventory, and then it kind of shakes itself out again. So if you look at like a 20-year average, we're just like nice, like slow and steady. We're going up, but we're not doing any crazy jumps or dips like some of the more volatile markets in the province. So we can really count on that here, which is a great thing, I think, for both buyers and sellers.
While the Prince George Community Arts Council has set out a lineup for its fall performances, it's also added a new element or two to the events. The council has made the decision to become one of the most accessible facilities in town. Cheryl Jan reports.
The Knox United Church has totally reinvented itself over the years, going from a church to a performance arts centre. And while a star-studded lineup for the performances for the fall has been released, there is a unique addition coming to the centre.
So we, with some help from BC Touring Council, BC Arts Council, Prince George Community Foundation, and the folks at Trinity United, we bought a platform lift. That means the artists can go onto the lift, or anyone who needs access to the stage can just go onto the lift, hit a button, up they go, off onto the stage, and vice versa. And it's portable. So if we needed one side or the other, or needed it in the front, or in theory, if we wanted to take it somewhere else, we could also do that.
As Council's representative on the Accessibility Committee, who also works for Aim High, the Association for Community Living, this is a brilliant move.
It's great news. In fact, I shared it with our staff this morning, the fact that this is coming at Aim High, and in my role as the liaison to the advisory committee, this is certainly something I know they'll be excited about, and we'll be discussing maybe even our upcoming meeting, which is next week. So it's fantastic news.
Since well before COVID, the Community Arts Council has spent months and months converting this facility. The accessibility lift is the newest addition, but there is more to come. Hearing assist.
Different than some of the other ones in town, ours is going to be digital. So we'll be able to do multiple channels. So if you want to hear something saying just words but descriptive of for a play, then we'll be able to do that on a different channel than what you hear from the stage. Again, a portable system, works with digital devices as well, not just specific hearing aids.
Not only that, but the app offers much more than just a boost to hearing. It can also do translation. And the fact a facility this size, relatively small in relation to others, is a testament to the dedication of those behind the centre.
They really want to be progressive and really try new stuff and try new technology. So yeah, once again, you know, I think that speaks a lot to what they're trying to build there downtown at the Knox Performance Center.
Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.
Gas price in Prince George is sitting at $1.62.9 per litre at Costco. The lowest price in the province right now is in Grand Forks at $1.58.9 per litre. Manitoba has the lowest fuel prices on average in the country at $1.42.4 per litre, while BC has an average price of $1.75.6 per litre.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. For a very limited time, PG Domino's is offering 50% off all pizzas when you order online.
Well, it's summertime, which means it's football time, and the Prince George Kodiaks are back on the gridiron for training camp, and it's been a hot week, but the team is getting ready for their season, which is just 10 days away. Anthony Correa brings us the details.
Go! Training camp is in full swing for the Prince George Kodiaks as they prepare for their third season in the BC Football Conference.
It's a short training camp this year, so it's important at time that we're on the field, but the guys have worked real hard. They're bigger, stronger, smarter. It's evident in just kind of how fast we're getting through some things. The continuity from coaches and players, it really helps.
The Kodiaks are coming off a season which saw them finish with a 2-8 record, but Coach Jamie Borum has high hopes for this team with his second year behind the wheel.
As good as we did last year in our recruitment, it's better. And then we have those returning players, which are, we don't have to build a foundation. We don't have to set a foundation, right? We're just continuing on what they built last year. And we came up short on the field last year, and that's not going to happen this year.
One of those returning players is safety Coulter Cannon, who helped orchestrate the Kodiaks defense last year. A unit that provided special plays throughout the year. Now the goal is to be consistent all season.
You know, defense wins championships. Jamie preaches that all the time. Jamie was a safety himself, so he's heavily involved on that defensive side. And last year, I think we had some really great flashes of stuff in games, and this year we want to take those flashes and turn them into whole games, whole seasons, and week after week just be able to shut down other teams' offenses so that our offense can get going, we can get them the ball back in plus territory, and they can put some points on the board for us.
And as for this recent heat wave,
I think everybody would agree that's very hot, but you know, that's what it is. It's July. This is when we play football, so it's going to be hot for the first couple of games, but everybody's working through it. Stay hydrated, and people are putting in the work right now.
Well, it's been hot. It's been beautiful weather out here in Prince George, so I mean, you know, that's a blessing first and foremost. We aren't complaining at all. Better sunshine than rain, no doubt.
The Kodiaks kick off their season at Massage Place Stadium July 20th when the VI Raiders come to town. Anthony Correa, CKPG News.
The TSX is up 307 points to close at 22,350. The Dow Jones is up 429 points to close at 39,721. And Canfor went down 22 cents to close at $13.59.
Good evening again. It is going to be a pretty warm one again tomorrow, but nothing like we've seen. So the story now is that most of that heat, those extreme temperatures in many areas across the province will start to back off just a little bit. We'll get sort of a reprieve from the heat wave that we've been experiencing. Up the north coast, some instability, showers there today, likely again tomorrow. We have about a 30% chance of showers in our forecast with some westerly winds gusting to 50 this evening. And then into tomorrow as well. well. They'll still be gusty through the afternoon hours, up to about 40 kilometers an hour. But otherwise, a pretty uneventful day. We'll see a mix of sun and cloud. Futurecast showing not a whole lot. So the ridge is still there, but not quite as strong as it has been. So it's starting to break down just a touch. So 23 will be a much better temperature range for us. It's almost going to feel cool compared to where we've been. 24 Fort St. John up in the Peace. It is going to be pretty nice for your afternoon. Even down through the southern interior in the Okanagan, temperatures have been in the 40s the last couple of days. So now going into tomorrow, it is the mid to upper 30s. So still very warm, but nothing like they've been experiencing the last few days. 24 degrees Mackenzie tomorrow. Highs in Fort St. James will be into the low 20s. The same for Vanderhoof. And down through McBride and Quesnel, it has been warmer down south of us. And yes, tomorrow those highs will be around 27 or 28. The West Coast, Vancouver 24. Away from the water, of course, will be slightly warmer than that. 30 degrees for Edmonton. It is hot, so you can see as we move across the country, some of that hotter air that we've been experiencing is now pushing east. So again, southern parts of Alberta going to heat up significantly as well, down through Calgary, Regina, Winnipeg, really hot. 36 in Regina, 32 in Winnipeg, lots of sunshine, and then a much different story further east where we're seeing lots of those conditions in the way of mostly showers in many areas and the low 20s for daytime highs. So sunshine is still going to be in our forecast going forward for most of the weekend into the weekend. Again, the jet stream is coming down just a little bit, and yeah, just showing us that we're seeing a bit of a backing off from these hot temperatures. So 22 the next couple days, Burns Lake, but then you go back up to about 25 by the end of the weekend. 7 tonight with mainly clear skies. So lots of sunshine and very comfortable temperatures and conditions coming your way. Mackenzie 10 overnight tonight up to 24, not quite as warm for Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday, though, starting to heat up again. And even if you want to look all the way into next week, Monday, highs of about 28 and 29. So we do start to see a rebuild in terms of this ridge coming back. So there it is there for McBride, and that is looking a little further ahead. But of course, we do have the potential to warm up again. 27 tomorrow and Friday, 28 Saturday. So still very warm in many areas. 11 overnight tonight in Quesnel. Your highs are 27 tomorrow and up to 30 by the end of the weekend, and another hot start to the week next week. So for us, we will start to see a gradual climb yet again in terms of temperatures by the end of the weekend and into Monday, Tuesday. But 23 will be our high tomorrow. It'll give us a bit of a break from all the hot weather. 26 on Friday, a little bit more cloudiness through the afternoon hours, but starting things off nice and sunny, and into the weekend really, really nice as well. So we've got lots of sunshine to enjoy, just not quite as hot as it has been.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. For a very limited time, PG Domino's is offering 50% off all pizzas when you order online.
Canada and Argentina faced off in the semifinals of the Copa Americas last night, looking to advance to the final. And the Cinderella run ended for the Canadians, unfortunately, as they've been eliminated after falling 2-0 to the #1 ranked country in the world. Julian Alvarez opened the scoring in the 22nd, putting Argentina up early. Then Lionel Messi would double the lead with the deflection in front of the net in the 51st. Canada did exchange chances with Argentina, but couldn't find the back of the goal. Plenty of positives to take away from this tournament, though, as the boys in red prepare for the 2026 World Cup on home soil. Argentina will face the winner of Colombia and Uruguay in the final, which takes place tonight. And the second semifinal of the UEFA European Championships took place today as England and the Netherlands battled to face Spain in the finals. And both teams exchanged a goal early on in this match, including a Harry Kane penalty, as the first half ended 1-1. And right before the game was headed to extra time, Ollie Watkins played hero. He had the winner in the 90th minute, sending English fans across the world ballistic. England returns to the finals after losing to Italy in the finals back in 2021. They will take on Spain. And with that match takes place Sunday, July 14th, kickoff at noon. All right, Anthony Correa will continue his trip down memory lane this week. Today we go to the NFL and we take a look back at jaw-dropping, goosebump type plays. It's another great countdown in tonight's CKP3.
We begin with a TD for CD.
Dalton looking end zone. He throws. What a catch! CD Lamb for a Cowboys touchdown.
CD Lamb contorts his body and makes an incredible grab in his rookie season. It's no secret he was going to be a great wide receiver. Next, the whole field.
Drive starts at the 1 and looking for a little breathing room, and they get that and plenty more. Derrick Henry still going. Stays in bounds. He might go 99 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
Derrick Henry goes beast mode as he takes the ball 99 yards while stiff-arming defender after defender. He would not be stopped. Finally, the Minneapolis Miracle.
Keenum steps into it. Pass is caught. Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it!
One of the most memorable playoff games of all time. Case Keenum to Stephon Diggs on the final play of the game. A 61-yard touchdown to walk it off and take top spot in tonight's CKP3.
All right, folks, that's all for tonight. Thanks for joining us as always, and we will see you tomorrow. Have yourselves a great night.